Hey guys, just a quick disclaimer before we get to today's report. We are still learning 40k, and with the new codexes and rules, we are really just having fun and learning as we make mistakes. That said, this game is a work in progress, and we will continue to improve. These reports take a lot of time, so it's tough to notice your mistakes afterwards and be helpless to go back and change them. I hope it's still enjoyable for you. Thanks, and on to the game. Our story between the Dark Angels and the Necrons continues. The Dark Angels emerged victorious in our last game and were able to restore communications with their fleet. The Necrons, however, have prepared an assault on a forward operating base responsible for the rapid dispatch of forces to the area. Their target, the deadly Talon Master. Amongst them is a new monstrosity hell-bent on destroying anything in its path. Welcome back to Miniature Game Montage and our third Warhammer 40k Crusade Battle Report. Before we get started today, just a quick reminder that we are not experts with 40k, and we do these purely for love of the hobby. If we miss something or if you have suggestions for how we can improve, let us know in the comments below. As always, if you like the content, be sure to give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more. We do have a proper game of 40k coming up as well with my friend Sean, who will be bringing his Space Wolves to the channel. We also plan to step up to an incursion for our next Crusade report. Let's take a look at my son's Dark Angels and their order of battle. We have changed to power level versus points to help clear up any confusion. The Dark Angels are 1-1 and have 3 requisition points. Today's 25 power level army will consist of the Talon Master with his Battle Honor Elite crew. This allows rerolls of 1s when attacking. He also has Iron Resolve Warlord trait. 1 squad of intercessors will join him with veteran warriors. They will have standard bolt rifles. We will then have 2 Ravenwing bike squads to round out the 25 power level. Over for my Necrons, they are 1-1 as well with 3 requisition points. Today they will bring a Skorpek Lord, freshly painted with Enduring Will as his Warlord trait. This trait subtracts 1 for damage characteristics of each attack. The 2 units of Necron Warriors will join with Gauss Flayers. We will then have the Skorpek Destroyers with their Battle Honor Grizzled. This allows them to roll a d6 each time a model would lose a wound. On a 6, it is prevented. In total, 24 power level. Today's mission will be Assassinate, as the Necrons are after the Talon Master. The Talon Master will be set up wholly within 6 inches of the center of their deployment zone. If he is destroyed, the battle ends. Since the Talon Master has less than 10 wounds, he does have access to restoratives, and the defender rolls 1d6 each time he would lose a wound, and on a 6, the wound is not lost. This is essentially the same as his Warlord trait, however, but in addition, he will regain 1 lost wound at the start of each defender turn. The Necrons will decide who gets the first turn in this mission, which they will take. They can earn VP progressively in this fight with 10 victory points at the end of the battle round if the enemy Warlord lost any wounds during that round. Again, if the Talon Master is eliminated, the game will end, and the Necrons will score 40 victory points. The Dark Angels will score 10 victory points at the end of each battle round if the Talon Master destroys any enemy models that round. When the game ends, if he is still alive, they score 50 points. The Victor bonus will allow an army to select a unit to gain a battle trait of their choice. For agendas, the Dark Angels select Reaper, giving them 2 XP to the unit who destroys the most enemy units. The Necrons select Inescapable Retribution, allowing their opponent to place a dynastic treasure on the table outside of their own deployment zone. If recovered by the Necrons, it is worth 3 XP. And with that, we are ready to begin as the Necrons launch an assault on the Dark Angels. Alright, the Necrons are up for turn 1, and these warriors are going to activate and move forward, trying to bring their guns into range of the Ravenwing. The Skorpek destroyers are going to move up as well, moving 8 inches. The Skorpek destroyer lord will march up behind them. No psychic phase, we're going to go right to the shooting phase as these other warriors are going to hold steady. They're going to fire at these Ravenwing. They will be hitting on 3s with their Gauss blasters. 10 shots going out, all in range, not rapid fire. And just only 2 miss, so 8 hits go through. And then this is strength 4 against toughness 5, so 5s will be needed. And it looks like only 2 wounds are going to go through. It is AP -1, so 4 up saves are taken, both good. The other warrior unit is also going to fire into that same Ravenwing squadron. They will need 4s here, getting a -1 to hit penalty. We're going to re-roll 1 cocked die here. Total of 5 hits go through, and we will again need 5s to do a wound, strength 4, toughness 5. And there's going to be 4 wounds that go through. That's a great roll. Dark Angels rollout saves at AP -1, needing 4s, and 2 will fail. That'll be 2 wounds on a bike. The Skorpek Lord then brings up his Enmitic Annihilator, targets the same squad, and he's going to get 2d3, which is going to be a total of 4 shots, and this is a blast weapon. So 4 dice roll out, he only needs 2s. He does get to re-roll 1s due to Hardwired Hatred, and he's going to get 4 hits that go through. And this is strength 6 against their toughness 5, so 3s are needed. And that's going to be some additional saves that need to be taken from the Dark Angels player. It is AP -1, so needing 4s. And this is where we're going to get some fails. That's going to be 1 bike down and 2 wounds on another. The Skorpek destroyers announce a charge into the Ravenwing bikers. They easily make it into contact on a 10. The Ravenwing will spend a command point to Overwatch. And that's, with Bolter Discipline, 4 shots per bike, 12 shots, they will hit on 5s due to Grim Resolve. We make a mistake here. I let my son re-roll this 1. I thought that was a rule for the Dark Angels, re-roll 1s to hit. I think that might have been an old Codex rule. So he re-rolls that out, knocks another die into a 6, and then when he rolls to wound here, he gets to re-roll 1s due to the Talon Master being close by. The short of it is none of the rolls mattered because nothing ended up wounding. And these Skorpek destroyers are easily going to make it into contact with the Dark Angels with no wounds. So these guys have been absolute wrecking balls in close combat. The Hyperphase Threshers are going to get 4 attacks each, so 8 attacks on those. And then the Hyperphase Reap Blade is going to add 3 attacks. These are going to hit on 3s. So numerous attacks going through. They do get to reroll 1s due to Hardwired Hatred. And then re-rolling these out, the blue ones are the Reap Blade, and that is AP -4 plus 2 strength. So that weapon does up 3 damage each, wounds on 3s, and it cuts down that entire squad, doing 9 total damage to them over 3 attacks, and they consolidate 3 inches. And that is it for the Necrons. Let's move over to the Dark Angels to see if they can deal with this threat. The Ravenwing activate first. They can move up to 14 inches. They are going to sweep around the corner, coming behind the Skorpek destroyers, and they're going to try to lay down some fire. The intercessors up top are going to play steady advance, as there was one that did not have line of sight to the destroyers, so they are going to move, but the 2CP stratagem makes them as if they did not move. The Talon Master is going to play it safe here, and he is going to reverse and go to the corner of the board. And with no psychic phase, we are going to move into shooting. The Ravenwing will attack first, getting 12 shots from their bolters and 3 coming from the heavy bolter. They will need 3s to hits. 1s and 2s go away. 7 total hits going through, and then needing 4s on the bolter, which is in the heavy bolter, which is in blue, and 5s on the orange to do wounds. Then there will be 4 wounds that go through. Now this first one, the heavy bolter, is AP -2 due to Devastator Doctrine. That save actually passes on a 5. The others are 3s. So 1 will fail, 1 wound taken. The Intercessors will fire next at the same target, getting a +1 to hit, as they are counting as not moving due to the stratagem. So they need 2s to hit. 10 shots going out with their bolt rifles, and all but 1 will hit. And then needing 5s to do a wound, AP -1. They're going to get 3 wounds that go through, and 4 up saves will be required. We're taking 3, and 1 fails, 1 more wound onto a destroyer. The Deadly Talonmaster will activate next, and Devastator Doctrine really going to benefit his heavy weapons here as he eyes down these Scorpack Destroyers. He is first going to fire out with his Assault Cannon, 12 shots needing 2s. And these dice hit the deck, and all but 1 are going to hit, so 11 shots go through. And this is Strength 6 against Toughness 5, so 3s will be required to wound, and he will get to reroll 1s. So rerolling those back out, there's a handful of 1s in there that will get to be rerolled. In total, 9 wounds going through. AP -2 due to Devastator Doctrine. A lot of 5-up saves will be taken, and only 3 failed, so that will take down a model, giving them 10 victory points and put a wound on the other. Then the Heavy Bolter is going to ring out with 6 shots, again needing 2s to hit. All of these go through. Strength 5, Toughness 5, 4s are needed to wound, and it looks like we're going to reroll some 1s here, and not too shabby. That's going to be 4 wounds. AP -2 again, 5-up saves will be required, and he is dead. And turn 1 comes to a close. I thought I was really going to lay it on in this game as my Scorpack Destroyers got into contact on the first turn of the game, and then they were quickly shot off the board by the Deadly Talonmaster. The Dark Angels are up 10-0 going into 2. And turn 2 coming up. As a quick reminder, I did forget to roll my Grizzled rolls on the Scorpack Destroyers. I have to try to remember that in future games. The Crusade rules, along with the new codexes, have added a lot of wrinkles into the game that we're still trying to learn. The Necron Warriors will activate first, and they're just going to do a standard move up. The Scorpack Lord is going to move up as well, staying an inch away from the bikes. And the Necron Warriors over on the other side, they roll up a 5 on their advance, and they are going to move up. With no psychics, we move into the shooting phase. And the first Necron Warriors unit is going to take fire at the Ravenwing bikes with their Gauss Flayers. They will need 3s to hit here. They are going to play Disintegration Capacitors, which means on a 6, they will auto-wound. And they are Toughness 5, Strength 4 on these Gauss Flayers, so we'll see what happens. And it looks like there will be 5 that miss as the 1s and 2s go away. And we do have 2 6s in there, so these are going to auto-wound. We are going to re-roll the 13 remaining, looking for 5s, Strength 4, Toughness 5. And it looks like 5 additional wounds are going to go through. So 7 saves to make at AP -1 takes them to a 4-up save, and only 2 are going to fail, but that will bring down a bike, put a wound on another. The Scorpack Lord takes aim with his Annihilator at the Ravenwing bikes, 2d3 shots, so he will get a total of 3 shots. He only needs 2s to hit, and all 3 of these are going to hit. And then he is going to need 3s to wound, and it looks like only 1 wound will go through. It is AP -1, so another 4-up save will be taken by the Ravenwing, and passed. In the charge phase, the Scorpack Destroyer is going to roll up 2d6, no Overwatch coming, and he's going to roll up a 10 here. And I had a question if I could stay an inch away from him and engage both of these guys, because as it stands now, I could only engage 1. I'm going to show an example of that on the screen just so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm not too humble to ask for advice here, but I can obviously skirt around him and still make it into contact and potentially engage both. Is that legal, or do I have to take the shortest route? I just thought, hey, look, we'll take the shortest route just to do it, because if he stays in combat, that's not a bad thing. He can't be shot. So he charges into contact here, and he is going to roll up the first 2 shots from his Flensing Claw. The 2 attacks from this weapon give him 4 dice, re-rolling 1s, needing 2s to hit. All of these are going to go through, and then just needs 3s to wound with this weapon. It is Strength 6. And it looks like 2 of these are going to fail, so it is AP -1, 4-up saves will be taken. And 1 of these will fail, so 1 more wound going on to the Sergeant. The next 2 dice will be from the Hyperphase Harvester, and they will hit on 2s, and then this is Strength 8, and toughness 5, so 3's needed to wound. Both of these go through. It's AP -4, so automatically cuts through the armor, and he's dead. The attack bike will then pile in 3 inches, coming into contact with the Scorpack Lord, and he's going to get 2 attacks, needing 3s. These are both going to go through, and then he will need 5s to wound at toughness 6. These are going to fail. Now, you guys will have to let me know in the comments if I got the charge and fight phase correct. It was kind of nice for him to stay in combat because now he can't be shot by the Dark Angels in their shooting phase. But moving over to the Dark Angels for their turn 2. Dark Angels gain a command point and immediately use it to play hit and run warfare, so the attack bike will be able to fall back and still shoot the Scorpack Lord. The rest of the Dark Angels will remain where they are. We're going right into the shooting phase. Heavy bolter coming out in blue, the regular bolters in orange. Does need 3s to hit. 3 hits will go through, but needs 5s to wound, no wounds. The intercessors target the Scorpack Lord as well. They will get rapid fire with their bolt rifles, needing 2s because they did not move. And 8 of these are going to go through. And we only roll 5 here. We did roll 3 off the camera, and only 1 5 out of all 8. And then it is easily going to be passed by the Scorpack Lord on this 5. The Talon Master fires downrange, first for the assault cannon, targeting the Scorpack Lord, and 12 shots will go out, needing 2s. And there's just 1 in the bunch here, so 11 will go through. And then rolling to wound, needing 4s. And he gets to reroll 1s. So there are a few 1s in here that will be re-rolled. And it looks like a total of 7 wounds will go through, so 7 saves will be taken. It should have only been 6, but no worries. 2 did fail, 2 wounds. The heavy bolter then fires next with 6 shots, needing 2s, and 1 will miss. 5 hits going through, and then he needs 5s, strength 4 or strength 5 against toughness 6. He will get to reroll a 1 here. Only 1 wound will be going through. It is AP -1, but the Scorpack Lord easily passes on this 6. Battle round 2 concludes. The Necrons shuffle up a little bit. The Scorpack Lord did take 2 wounds. Still no wounds on the Talon Master. There was no score for either side in this particular battle round, and we are getting ready to move to 3. Necrons gain a command point, taking them to 5. The Scorpack Lord also benefits from living metal that will take him back to 5 wounds. He rolls up a 1 on his advance, uses a command point reroll to get a 6, and then moves on to the Dynastic Treasure. The Necron Warriors will move, and the rest of the Necron Warriors, they are going to move as well, getting into rapid fire range of the Primaris Intercessors. With no psychic phase, we move right into the shooting phase, and the Necron Warriors are going to unload their Gauss Flayers into the Talon Master, trying to score some kind of victory point here. 10 shots needing 3s, and all but 1 are going to go through, so 9 hits. They will need 5s to wound, however. And it looks like there will be 3 wounds that go through. So AP -1 will take him to a 4-up save. Excuse me, there are 4 wounds. That's going to take him to a 4-up save. And he's all good. The other Necron Warriors will take aim at the Intercessors with their Gauss Flayers. They're at a -1 to hit due to the terrain, and they will need 4s. 20 dice going out rapid fire. 12 will go through. And then rolling to wound, again, needing 4s. 5 wounds go out at AP -1, 4-up saves need to be taken, 2 are failed, that will bring down an Intercessor. And that's it for the Necrons, once again having a little bit of difficulty reaching the Talon Master. Back over to the Dark Angels for their turn 3. Dark Angels turn 3, they collect a command point, taking them to 2, and they're happy with their movements. They're going to go straight to the shooting step here, and the Talon Master is going to open up with his Twin Heavy Bolter in blue and the Assault Cannon in orange, getting 18 total shots. We do remember to reroll the 1s for Elite Crew this time. And that's pretty much everything that's going to hit, as he hits on 2s, did not move. And needing 3s to wound, he does get to reroll 1s here as well. And it's going to be something like 11 wounds that go through. Going to have to take a lot of saves. AP -1 takes these warriors to a 5-up save. And first off, going to roll off for the assault cannon. And once again, needing 5s here, and it looks like I'm going to fail 5. The Twin Heavy Bolter rolls up next, again needing 5s, 2 more fail, total of 7 warriors go down, and they will reanimate 3 warriors back up to 6. The Intercessors fire next with their bolt rifles at the Necron Warrior squad. They will get 10 shots. They did not move, so getting a +1 modifier to hit. That means they only need 2s, and they are veteran warriors, so they will get to reroll 1s. So dice come out looking very good. We're going to reroll a 1. And all of these are going to hit. Strength 4, toughness 4, so 4s are needed to wound. And not a very good wound roll here. Only 3 wounds go through, but it is AP -2 due to the tactical doctrine. So that's going to take me to a 6-up save, and I'm going to fail all 3. Reanimation protocols triggers, and I believe 2 stand back up. The attack backfires next with his heavy bolter in blue, the regular bolters in orange, needing 2s as he did not move, getting that +1 modifier. And the wound roll needing 4s on the bolters and 3s on the blue. Only 1 wound goes through. So a save is taken and failed. That is 1 more warrior cut down. Reanimation protocols trigger, and he is able to stand back up. The Dark Angels are then going to play Rapid Fire, which is a 2 CP stratagem. This takes them back down to 0 CP, and it allows the Intercessors to shoot again. So they are going to hit on 2s again, and all of these are going to go through. The roll to wound, they will need 4s. And a total of 6 saves go through at AP -2 due to Tactical Doctrine. So I'm going to need 6s. Only 1 will pass. That's going to be 5 warriors brought down. 2 will reanimate. We then roll for morale. These warriors are just fine. And then on the other warriors, they are just fine as well with a 9. And turn 3 concludes. The Dark Angels are going to pick up 10 more points. And we are getting ready for turn 4. Necrons will gain a command point, taking them back up to 5. This first unit of Necron warriors will move 5 inches, and the Skorpek Lord is going to search for the dynastic treasure as an action. The second warrior squad is going to move up as well. And we're going into the shooting phase. Disintegration capacitors played by the warriors here, auto-wounding on a 6. They will get 1 here, needing 3s to hit. Going to roll out for wounds. No additional wounds go through, needing 5s, so only the 1 auto wound. That is AP -1, 4-up save fails, but on a 6-up, the Talon Master will ignore this wound. And that's exactly what happens. There's no wound scored, there's no point scored. The other Necron warrior squad is going to take aim at the Talon Master as well, shooting with their Gauss Flayers, again needing 3s to hit here, and it looks like 2 are going to go through. 3 go through, and then needing 5s to do a wound. They will get a wound. Save will be taken by the Talon Master, AP -1. It fails on that 3, and then a 6-up to ignore. It's no good. The Necrons are going to score 10 points. And that is going to be all for the Necrons, moving back over to the Dark Angels for their turn 4. They gain a command point, and immediately go into the shooting phase. Talon Master opens up with the assault cannon, hitting on 2s, re-rolling the 1s due to elite crew. Going to get a ton of hits here. This is 12 shots going out. And then he is going to wound on 3s, and he gets to re-roll 1s. So just a ton of fire coming out from this assault cannon. This is going to be AP -1, so the Necrons are going to have to take, I think it was 9 saves, needing a 5-up, and this is going to annihilate that squad. There's no reanimation protocols being played this time. Next up, the Intercessor squad is going to fire down at the other Necron warrior squad. 8 shots coming out. They will hit on 3s, rapid fire, And they do get to reroll 1s due to veteran warriors. And wounding on 4s at AP -1 is going to take the Necrons to a 5-up save, 4 of them being taken, and it looks like 3 are going to fail. Reanimation Protocol is being played on a 5-up, and 1 comes back. Then the attack bike is going to fire with his heavy bolter in blue and the regular bolters in orange. Once again, hitting on 3s here. The wounds are all good, 3s on the blues, 4s on the orange, and 3 saves being taken at AP -1 takes them to a 5. All 3 will fail, and that will wipe out that unit of Necron warriors. And that is going to bring the end of the battle round, end of turn 4. The Dark Angels score 10 points, and the Necrons will score 10 points, moving into turn 5. Turn 5 is up, and the Scorpec Lord is going to roll up a 5 on his advance and move into his deployment zone. This is part of the secret agenda. If a character can loot the dynastic treasure and be in his deployment zone when the game ends, not only will he gain 3 XP, but he will also be able to use a requisition for a relic. And the Dark Angels are going to hold steady as they have defended their base, and that is going to bring us to the end of this game. And welcome to the post-game, where the Dark Angels take the game 80-10. Each unit will gain an XP, and the Ravenwing squad will be marked for greatness, gaining 3 additional XP. This will take them to the rank of Bloodied. They will gain the battle trait Marksman's Honors, increasing their ballistic skill by 1. The Talon Master is the recipient of 3 XP, 1 for participation and 2 for their secret agenda, Reaper. The Ravenwing 2 squad successfully passed their injury roll, avoiding a battle scar. The Primaris Intercessors 2 unit was selected for a battle trait, Veteran Warriors, for their victory in today's battle. Not all was lost for the Necrons. Units will gain XP, and the Scorpec Destroyers avoid a battle scar. The Scorpec Lord gains 3 additional XP for finding the dynastic treasure, and gains the relic, Veil of Darkness. This allows him to take a core unit off the board in the movement phase and set them back up somewhere else on the battlefield. And that's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this battle report despite the mistakes. I will try to go through and make notes, but rest assured we will continue to get better. Until next time, thanks for watching.